that's one of the things that moves me the most, let's say, to keep me on track. Passion changes everything. After all, that's where Hotmart comes in. Because what I see a lot is that we are totally interconnected in these two great things, education and entrepreneurship. And what connects these two great things is technology, which is what we build, what we work on. I'm gonna show so you understand what this technology was capable of doing. I'll show you some numbers, but before that, Hotmart was considered the only company of Latin America on the list of the 50 largest of the 50 companies that have the greatest impact on education worldwide. This is a great honor for us, a sign that our technology, our mission, our purpose, our product is getting to a lot of people. It's generating a lot of impact. During this complicated pandemic moment, Hotmart was an alternative not only for people to be able to reinvent themselves in the sense of learning new things that will be useful for them in their careers, in their business, but it was also an alternative for people to take what they know best, that they have the most experience and talent that they liked, and turn that into products, into knowledge, into things that other people can access, buy, take value from, and that creator would be paid and could live off that, could build a business on top of that. So there were countless cases of people who tried Hotmart for the first time in the last few years, especially in 2020 when the situation changed for everyone. We can say that we worked hard to meet the demand of people who needed what we were able to deliver through our platform.
For me, I like when the platforms change and new ones emerge. Even though I have all these followers on the old one, I don't look at it as negative, I look at it as an opportunity. Too many people are successful on MySpace, and so they didn't want to be on Twitter. Too many people are successful on Twitter, they don't want to do Instagram. Too many people are successful on Instagram, they don't want to do TikTok. They don't have the humility. Bernardo, you understand they don't have the humility to start over. They're like, oh, I have 500,000 fans here. I don't want to do that. What they must understand is nobody has ever defeated technology. Technology always wins. It always wins. And so for me, the way I've stayed relevant is by staying relevant, by telling my truth, speaking about what I know, and speaking in places where the attention is. And so if the attention is on TikTok, then I will be there. And I will not make an ideological or emotional decision and say no. I always say yes.
It is exactly the other way around. The material, the ideas, the thoughts create the material. That is to say that those ideas that we have, those beliefs, that what we dedicate our hours of thought to, even when apparently we do not think about anything, they are determinant at the time of achieving the results that we obtain in our life. Notice that there is an idea that is interesting, and it is that only the intelligent can create over the unintelligent. Only thought can create over matter. And we tend to think that it is the opposite. So we say, there is a sick finger on my hand. No, but the finger does not get sick on its own. What makes it sick are the thoughts and emotions, and that makes the finger end up getting sick. We say that because we're born in such a family, such a neighborhood, such a country, that defines our results. But it is like saying that a table, a neighborhood, or an environment are capable of generating results, when in fact it is the other way around. And look how interesting. The fact of having lived in that neighborhood, the fact of having had certain emotions led to thoughts that often reproduce or lead to reproduce the results or the context that was generated in the first moment. What I'm trying to say is that only the immaterial can create what is material. This idea is important because if we don't understand that anything, this computer, this table, this chair, this shirt, this conference, everything material has been created first in the immaterial realm. If we do not understand this, we will not be able to understand the importance of mastering, controlling, and managing. More important is to be aware of our thoughts.
We create our reality, creating the narratives that sustain this reality, that make it incredible. I know it was also very difficult for me to understand how I could be creating my own problems and how I could be creating my own difficulties in Holistic Woman. That's it. I created my own Holistic Woman problems, my own grave, my own jail cell. I was creating the problems, and external reality showed me. I saw that reflected there. And I corroborated what I believed about my reality and about what I said about my reality. So, as entrepreneurs, we need to closely observe when we are creating a reality based on what we say, and what I say may be limiting. This is what handling energy is, because energy is generated by what I feel, what I do, what I say, and by how I feel about the world and my set of beliefs. Energy is reflected in this world in a physical form, such as this here, through the waves of my voice, or the frequency of my thoughts. So the handling of energy begins by being aware of how I talk to myself about my reality. That's number one. Number two, what set of beliefs I have about my reality. Okay, so if I believe that I live in a world that supports me, an expanding world, a world of abundance, then all reality will be shaped to reflect this. But I need to believe in what is most profoundly within me. And this is where the effort of cleaning up every very, very profound systems of beliefs begins.
I am the co-founder of the MoonEarthEntrepreneurs.com. In this masterclass, I will simply explain how we came up with methodologies that let us work like a robot but live as a human being. These methodologies allow us to direct more than 15 companies that are fast growing in the Francophone market and create an ecosystem that serves our clients without making us slaves of these companies. What are the tools we use every time to serve these clients? We've helped thousands to grow in the Francophone market, from e-businesses to training, from coaching to services, but also physical businesses, but also of organization and decision making. What's the thinking behind every time we propose a strategy? Secure, implement, and apply it, achieving results in whatever field of industry. Pay close attention and get your pens and papers. I'll be appearing shortly on my screen to share all these elements in detail.
Important when we think of it to think of three sales: the sale to ourselves, the sale to the team, and to the customer. If we can do these three sales, so we can have some growth space. I'd like to show you a pyramid I show my students, the reference pyramid. We all start as generalists. Some will stay here, some will go up to experts, the ones experienced who are able to stand out in that area. Some experts become authorities, they become those references in their markets. Of course, there's a fourth. They are the celebrities from the TV, movies, etc., who go straight to this point and sponsors products and tons of things that sell immediately. But the point is making authorities out of ourselves plus celebrities. When this happens, people naturally wish to work with us, naturally want to know more about us. And this is what I'm talking about. But to start the 10 steps, there's a step 0 which is essential. The decision. We have to decide. Many people just drift around and haven't decided yet with their heads and with their hearts. Only when these two things are in sync, things really happen. I drifted around for some years because I haven't decided yet what I wanted to do. In 2003, I almost made my company file for bankruptcy, and by that point I decided I didn't want to grow much. If I had a chance to grow, I'd sabotage that. So the decision to grow is essential to make the decision. And the decision to me was when someone needs to improve their digital marketing in Portugal, this person will have to think on my name. My goal was impacting 5 million of entrepreneurs directly in the next 3 years. And more than 100,000 entrepreneurs have been in our hands, but all I wanted was 5,000 directly. So I gave myself a mission to place the online marketing in the minds and strategies of all entrepreneurs in Portugal.
And throughout my life, I've had businesses, virtual businesses, physical businesses, some of them very successful and others not so much. And throughout this path, also I financial bankruptcy. So today I want to talk to you from my experience. What are those strategies? What is that roadmap? Which I have not only used for my successful businesses, but every time because I love to undertake. I love creating businesses, but every time I create a business, there are 5 strategies that I always use, and they are the ones I am going to share with you today. And a bit of my story is that in 2009, I was in financial bankruptcy. There, I began to apply all this I am going to teach you today, and this takes me shortly after my bankruptcy when I paid my debts. Then 2 years after I paid my debts, I already had financial freedom. And in 2018, thanks to this strategy and everything that I'm going to share with you, I became that first Spanish-speaking woman to achieve a 7-figure launch on the internet. And I know that many of the people who are here, you who are watching me, are dreaming of this virtual business, dreaming of using Hotmart as your payment platform, and maybe already starting it. You may already have a 6-figure business, but you dream of a 7-figure business, or you can, as in my case, have a business of multiple 7 figures, and you want to get to 8 figures. So I really want to talk to you here from my experience, and this is super important. There are things that will resonate with you, others won't. I want you to open your heart and go on a trip with me, because what I'm going to share is not spoken. What I'm going to talk about is not how to bring traffic or marketing or sales. I don't want to talk to you about all this part that is to my liking underrated in the business world.
Like, thing about traffic is really important. So fast forward, that got me into this obsession of figuring out everything when it comes about content, when it comes about search engine, when it comes about generating traffic without paying money for it. And that fast forward got me to this lessons that I want to share with you, which is the lessons from growing from 0 to 7 figures organically in 5 different languages: Spanish, German, Italian, French, and pretty much from 0 to over 500,000 subscribers, okay, in social media platforms, and from nothing to 10 million views every single year in under 18 months, okay? So mainly that was in content, in social media. And what I've done is deciphered, okay, like a scientist, the patterns on how to make your content, your social media and your messaging really generate big ROI, okay? Like big ROI, right? And those patterns also come from managing, consulting, testing, experimenting, trial and error of more than 20 YouTube channels in other industries, in other languages, totaling around 20 million subscribers and generating over 100 million views, okay, between YouTube channels, between social media accounts. And what I came up with, okay, was an actual method, okay? I called it ROCK. It's a 4-step method, ROCK. And ROCK was easily developed after 5,000 hours of just testing in social platforms. And I'm gonna condense that here in the next 20 minutes or so, okay?
Being here in Hotmart Masters, for me, is a huge honor. I'm Cesar Lozano, and I promise that over the next 30 minutes that we're going to spend together, I'm going to try to give you something, give something to every one of you that has fought against the changes that they face in their lives. I want to use this moment not only to help you as an entrepreneur, businessman, businesswoman that is here at Hotmart, that is teaching, that's creating content, that's doing the impossible to generate income for you, for your employees, and for your family, which is very important. Change can happen in your marriage, with your kids, with your friendships that we have, and all of a sudden change. Change can happen constantly. Changes happen when we least expect it. Why are there some people that adapt more quickly? Why are there men and women that can accept changes with open arms? And there are people that resist to change, that get mad at change, and don't permit change in their life, and let valuable opportunities pass by. There are a lot of people that use the word luck, and now after everything that we've all been through, there are people that say how lucky you were to take advantage of the pandemic to grow so much, or how unlucky I was that when the pandemic came, it changed my life. I don't want to get into the concept of luck right now. There are people that believe in this and some people that don't, but for me, good luck is a combination of 3 factors. When together, what great luck we have. The first is faith. Faith in what? Faith in you, in yourself, in your ideas, your projects, in God. Preparation. You're very prepared. What could go wrong? And opportunity. When faith, preparation, and opportunity come together, what great luck we have. The opportunity came and you took advantage of it.